Hi all, Chris here, and I've got the chassis from my 1956 Astor SJ, and I've pulled it out of the case. Got the cathode ray tube from it up here, so probably won't be very visible in this because it's night time. So I'm using my lamps, and my camera doesn't like filming at night. So, anyways, some pins for deflection coils and focus, and a manual focusing adjustment, and there's an ion strap on the neck there. So there's a CRT, it's a big one. Here's the chassis, so it's got the antenna cable here, which there's 3 pins here which you have to solder it onto 2 of them, and you can set it by varying the pins it's soldered on. You can set it for 75 ohms or 300 ohms. So yeah, I'm going to set it on the 75 ohm one so I can use a baling connector with it. So there's the chassis. This is where the picture tube sits. Some holes there for mounting bracket. The anode cap here, which has gone mouldy for some reason, God only knows why. There's a heap of valves. Here's one of the connections for a deflection coil. There's the other one for the horizontal output. So yeah, here's a tube socket. Looks like an American pin layout or whatever. Got the speaker under there, which is regrettably in bad shape. So yeah, it's an intriguing set. To show the underside here, which is going to need a lot of work. There's all sorts under here. Got the tuner there, which is really interesting. Got a big, and I mean big, transformer there, a power transformer. And various other bits and pieces, a lot of wax capacitors that need replacement, some old electrolytics. I don't know what the heck this is. Unfortunately, it's the solder joint on these components here connected to it has broken off. Looks like some kind of crude IF coil or something, I don't know. A lot of these capacitors are starting to split open. So yeah, it's going to need a lot of work. So I'm going to, because the amount of work involved, I'm going to set it aside for the time being and work on it at a later stage. When I have more components to work with. So yeah. That looks like a homemade component somehow. Interesting, it's got this hole under the horizontal output section, the line output transformer. It's kind of got melted black something around it, which has dripped onto this resistor here, and some other component, a resistor I think, which is completely covered in it. So I don't know what the story there is. There's also a socket for another valve there, a 7-pin valve, which appears to be missing. So there's a hole down there with whatever it is around it. There's a socket for the 7-pin valve. The contacts are all dirty and corroded, so it doesn't look like there's been a valve in there ever, or for years at least. There's a line output transformer, and it looks like it's been replaced at some stage. I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure why it has this presumably aluminium cap over it like that. Don't know if it's some kind of I don't know what it is. Some kind of thing for in case it arcs over, or I don't know. So yeah, so there's just a video of the inside of the beast. So, and then you've just got the cabinet inside here. You've got this plastic chamber bottom which slides out to allow access to the chassis while it's still in place. So yeah, the glass on the front there is tinted. So yeah, it's a very nice set. It's going to need a lot of work though, so it'll be an interesting restoration. So there you have it. So cheers, Chris.